Alright, it's time to start our investigation of Nekomaru's murder. So let's take a look here. Quite a lot of, wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Blood on a broken column. There's a giant fucking mallet on the ground. There's a lock on the door. Interesting. Let's take a look at this lock on the door. What is this? The door to the far back has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Looks like it's a sturdy metal chain. It's wrapped around the doorknob from every direction and it even has a padlock on it. Why did they do something like this? Perhaps this was used as an alternative to locking the door with a key. If that's the case, you wouldn't be able to enter this tower from the Strawberry Hall side. After all, this door should lead to Strawberry Hall.
You are right.
If they barred the side of the door with a chain, it would be impossible to open it from Strawberry Hall. But still, why would they need to bar the door to Strawberry Hall? Huh. Okay. Alright, let's keep looking. Let's look at this. The bloodstain. The pillar next to the door is tipped over and broken. Did this pillar break when it fell over? Not just that, there's a strange liquid on the upper section of the pillar. Is this Nekomaru's oil? This is the only pillar that's tipped over. The other one is still standing. Plus, behind me is the door to Grape Hall. The two pillars on each side of that door haven't changed either. They're not tipped over. It's strange that this pillar is the only one that's tipped over. It might mean something. I see, I got it. Got what?
Leave it to me.
This pillar is the weapon. The killer used this to beat up Coach Nekomaru. This huge pillar?
Damn it.
If you got socked by something like this, even Coach Nekomaru wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah, well, that's impossible. It'd be too heavy to wield as a weapon.
Now then.
Hajime, grab that end over here. Huh?
I'm gonna do it!
We have to try it, obviously. Come on, hurry up. Fine. Jeez, you're more forceful than usual. Haha! I guess that's a no. I mean, you know what? Honestly, it was worth the shot. It could have been fake. It could have been one of those fake columns that's not made of stone, but it's made of like that, like foam shit, and maybe it would have been light.
It's no use. It's barely budging.
Didn't I tell you?
All right. If that's how it's gonna be, my body can take it. Power times 3!
Oh my god, she used a KO Ken attack. No, seriously, just give it up already.
Why?
It's no use, it won't even budge. If two people can't even move the pillar, then it's impossible to use as a bludgeoning weapon. There's only one person who could have lifted something like this. Robocoach Nekomaru, he's definitely the only one. Huh. Alright. Obviously we got this mallet, but it's weird because if you take a look, there's no oil on it at all. So if they were beating the shit out of him, there would have at least been some oil. So it almost seems to me like this is a red herring. An enormous hammer has been carelessly left on the floor. It's suspicious because it stands out so much.
How cruel.
Perhaps the hammer is the weapon that broke Nekomaru? I do believe a weapon of that size is capable of damaging Nekomaru. This hammer is the weapon, but it looks a little too clean, like it's new or something.
It is strange, no?
Also, where did the killer obtain this hammer? Prior to now, I don't believe I've ever seen an object like this. Was it hidden somewhere? Right. Good point. There's no supermarket in here. I wonder where they obtained it from. Alright. The new-looking hammer. Along the tower floor, there are many lights that illuminate the wall. Alright, so there's nothing strange about the lights. Obviously, we gotta look at his body, right? Stupid symbol. What about the other column? There's nothing strange about this pillar, okay. Alright, let's investigate the body. Okay, let's see here. It's cruelly broken. Looks like it's been so severely damaged that even his head was dented. That'd be the fatal wound, right? But Nekomaru's robot body should have been durable enough to withstand any assault. For Nekomaru to be this damaged, it can only mean Whoever attacked Nekomaru didn't hold back. Huh. Now's probably not the best time to think about this, but I guess Nekomaru was really transformed into a robot, huh? I was getting used to the idea, but now that I think about it, robots are definitely unusual. Doesn't matter if he was a robot or not. Either way, Nekomaru was still killed. It's definitely strange, isn't it? What is?
Well?
If they wanted to kill him, they could have just destroyed his head. Why'd they also destroy his entire body, too? Maybe they didn't know how to kill a robot, so they just damaged him all over.
You?
But they went against Coach Nekomaru. He ain't the type to die easily.
What's that mean?
They obviously didn't fight him head on, but even then he wouldn't have left himself open to attack. You're right. In fact, that's the biggest mystery. Nekomaru was even stronger after he became a robot. I can't think of anyone who'd be capable of killing him. Anyway, this alone isn't enough information. I should investigate a little more thoroughly. Alright. Let's see here. There's what? A Strudy? There's a Strudy metal wire tied to Nekomaru's left leg. Strudy Tooty. Strudy Trudy Herpaderp. You messed up your translating work. That's supposed to be sturdy, obviously. There's a sturdy metal wire tied to Nekomaru's left leg. The same wire tied to his arms, almost like he was bound up or something. Even if they bound him up, the killer still had to deal with a robotic Nekomaru first. Who did this, and were they able to bind? How were they able to bind Nekomaru? Right? It looks to me like there's a noose. See that? It almost looks like they were dangling him by his leg. And if my estimation is correct from what I'm seeing at the crime scene, I think they tied him to the top of the column and they swung him around so that his head was bashing against the bottom of the column until it broke. And that's how his oil got on the bottom of the column, and that's also how the column broke, by swinging his robot body against it repeatedly. Now the question is, how in the hell is that possible? Maybe, did you ever see that game? I don't know what it's called, but if there's like a post or a pillar and there's a ball attached to a rope and you take like a hammer and you hit the ball and it goes around the column or the pillar or whatever. I have no idea what the game is called, but I've seen it before. Maybe that's what this is. They tied him to the top of the column. They used that hammer to just knock him back and forth. And it was him, his own momentum smashing against the column that killed him. That could be it. I don't know what it's called, though. But that's what it seems to me from what I'm seeing here. Okay. Also, the tip of this wire. Yeah, I already mentioned that. It's a loop. It was probably attached to the top of the column. Alright. What else do we got? I leveled up. Let's look at his chest. The cover on his chest is open slightly, but it won't open much more because the cover's all messed up. If only Kazuichi was here, we might have been able to open it. What the heck could have been going on right now? Oh, what the heck could we be doing right now? Alright, his head. Huh? There's something protruding from behind Nekomaru's neck. Is this? That's his sleep button. Yeah, see? There's a cutting-edge function to push my other functions to sleep. So what it seems to me is because he told them about the sleep button, someone took advantage of this knowledge, put him to sleep, tied him up, put him at the top of the column, and basically beat the shit out of him. Huh. The good night button. The killer pressed this button and made Nekomaru enter sleep mode. Still, it's hard to think the killer was able to easily press a button on the back of his neck. Even if Nekomaru was ambushed, it still wouldn't be easy. Alright. What about the blood? Which is, I guess, is oil. The fluid flowing out of Nekomaru's body, based on the smell, it seems like oil. Seems to be flowing heaviest from Nekomaru's head, probably because that's where the fatal blow was dealt. This oil, for Nekomaru, this might be similar to normal blood in humans. Which means all this oil is just a pool of robot blood. Anyway, that's a whole lot of oil. It's not going to be easy to clean up. No, now's not the time to even worry about that. Oil on the floor. Alright, I guess for now this is all I can do to investigate Nekomaru's body. Alright. Alright, let's see. Anything else to look at? I guess I should talk to them.
I see.
In this case, Monokuma's file, there's no written time of death, right? Didn't that happen when Ibuki and Hiyoko died too? Did it? But the reason the time of death wasn't mentioned was those two died was because the time of death was key to the mystery surrounding their murder. Could that be the case in this time too? By the way, I would like to confirm this just in case. Ultimately, is it safe to assume that Grape Tower and Strawberry Tower are the same building? Well, that's the only thing that we can think of. Even when we experimented with Chiaki's handbook and left it in Grape Tower, it still showed up in Strawberry Tower.
Which means?
The reason each tower's wall is different colors is because the floor lining is changing the colors. The reason Usami's floor portrait is different in each tower is because it's merely a projection. Yeah, that should be the case. Then it's decided the two towers are the same building. Alright, how much do you want to bet? This is my guess right now, okay? It's not. This was all a big assumption that they had from the get-go, right? And Chiaki putting her pad down, her notebook, and then it was in the tower when they went across, is a red herring. Someone fucked with them. Someone fucked with them to fuck them over. How much you want to bet it was like Monokuma being a dick, or the murderer had this plan from the start and found a way to fuck them over? And it's not. It's completely different. Because they're all making this crazy assumption, and that's going to screw them over in the end. I get the feeling that it's not. Because they're making such a big point of it, it has to be something to do with the case, I bet. Alright.